Oh, hi there. So we have the navigation, and next let's create the products list page and the product list page. So we are going to use this web API. This web API will return a list of products, and the database, the Neon database table, which is over here, which has ID, name, description, price, image, and features. So in order to get data from the web API, and you can see our view will not directly connect with the model, so we need a view model. So in that case, let's go create a new package. Let's say right click, new package, view models. Okay, we have new view models. And you see this model, which is going to say this view, right? They say this here has uh, networking. Networking. This networking goes to database. So that's in the model, right? So we need a networking. So we are going to use Retrofit to do the networking. So Retrofit is AppSafe HTTP client for Android and Java. So to get Retrofit, we say latest JR, and we'll implement this dependency, this package. So let's go to stop the application, and we go to KTS, and let's say Retrofit, and this you need to say bracket, double quote, bracket, and this Retrofit will be 2.11.0. Let's see. Retrofit. This is star. I see download. Latest star. You can see 2.11.0, and that's 2. Navigating. So we need a new package called network. And for the API. So this is the API. We have ID, name, description, price, and image. So this is this we call the this class, we can call it a DTO, data transfer object. So in order to get we can create a new package. We call it DTO. And in the DTO, we can create a new data class. Okay, data class. And we call this will be product response. And we have product response. So for this product response, and which we have is the product response. And so we have ID of int, ID of int, name, name of string, description of string, and price. Let's say it's a float. Price of float. And image of list of string. And we have this feature, and with this type of boolean. Okay, great. That's our data transfer object. And we need a service, so we create a new class. Let's say create a new package. The package which is network service. And this service we call the new, we'll create a new class of interface. This retrofit, sure we need a greater interface to. So we create an interface to specify that the URL API declaration. So we use annotation on the interface method and its parameter indicate how a request will be handled. So let's create a retrofit interface, and we call this API service. This API service, let's say we use annotation of get. So let's say we go to this. This is the our web API. So use this annotation. Let's say this is a get method, and get method, and we need a URL. In order to in order for the URL, we can create a new constant. Let's say over here we create a new Kotlin object, and we call this constant. The constant, we have the URLs. This object type. So let's say const raw base URL. So we define that base URL in a constant, which is let's say HTTP, and let's say we just use this one. Finish. Okay. So this is our Next.js e-commerce website, and we have the source code over here, so you can download the source code and you can run this project on local too. Okay, so we have our base URL, and we say we also want to have our products. Let's say in let's say products URL, which will be API slash products, and this API products is this API products, and we have that the constant file, and then we can easily say this will be constant. Let's see this our file dot products URL. In this case, we just say this is a suspend file, which suspend file, which this is function, special function, which can pause and resume, which in just in order to say it will not block the calling threads. So like the US thread, if your function block the US thread, the application will hang, right? So this suspend function will can in asynchronous execution. So let's say the suspend function of batch products, and the interface will be this suspend function fetch products. The function will return a list of product response. This is our DTO. This suspend function return a list of product response. That's going to call our web API. And we say sync now. So we need we have the new package and we need to sync it. We'll download the package for us. Okay, so now we have our API declaration, which will use annotation of guide to get our product days, and our function which calls to the product URL, and now we can import class which from retrofit2.http.get, and which we return type actually is a list of product response. Great. Okay, so for this API service, we have the interface. So in order to create an instance, like we need a retrofit class, and we created the service class by using the retrofit field create by provided the interface, and then we can create our service HTTP client. But in order to get this our API service class, we want to be like have a dependency injection. Dependency injection which will use the LC inversion of control software design principle that most control from programs go to an external source. So in order to do that, we are going to use dependency injection with Hilt. Hilt is dependency injection library for Android. So in order to do that, we need add some dependencies. So like we go to copy this, a plugin ID of copy this, and we go to our project build.gradle.ts, and this we are going to say add this ID of google.dagger.enjoy, and the version will be 2.5.1. Our code. Okay, so add this, and also we need add this dependency in the apps build.gradle. So the ID of Kotlin kept ID of Dagger. We got copy this and go to our application, and over here we say this is ID of let's see, and also this will be ID of and also we need the dependency, these two, go to our dependencies, and we go here, see, yeah, and we put it over here, and so let's first after we got these new dependencies, so we got to hit the sync now. Grateful unchanged, so we need to sync it right now. We download the packages once. And we need about the annotation of Hilt Android app, which will trigger the Hilt code generation. So basically it's code generation. So what we need is application. We will download the packages. And we need application, and we also we will inject dependencies. So for our API service, which will be the singleton, so we at first we will say Android intro point for our main activity. And after that, we will be able to use that dependency injection later. So let's see. Okay, so great. So it downloaded the package and build successful. So and other than that, so we are going to create a new Kotlin class. Class name is our beginner app. A beginner application. Application. We got beginner application, and this class, which we going to say we specify use annotation of Android Hilt annotation of Hilt Android app. Go to here, this application, we say this is a Hilt Android app, and it will import Dagger, the Hilt, the Android app. Specify this annotation. Specify this is our Hilt dependency injection Android app, and this is our application. So for the manifest, Android manifest, we need to say this application Android name which will be dot the application scanner application. Oh, okay. So go to this scanner application. This which will be inherited by application. So we specify we need a Hilt Android, and we have this Hilt Android, which this is our Android application, and this inherited by the application. So this which need a constructor. Okay, so that's we set it up. This is application, and so this for here application class. This is a must. To use Hilt, we must have application class. And for the inject dependency into Android classes, we need to provide dependency into Android class, have Android interpoint annotation. So for Android interpoint annotation, for our main activity, we need to put this annotation of Android intro point. This is that Android intro point. And next we need to create a new package. So it's a DI dependency injection, and for this dependency injection, we have a new Kotlin file, which is app module. So for this app module, we need to inject the singleton. So for this Hilt, sometimes types cannot be constructor injected. This is not constructor injected, and I will say type out. So we use module for the singleton of that API service and retrofit. So in order to do this, we say add module, installing, and say we got annotation, add module, installing singleton component. Singleton component, and which is object is our app module, and we need to install the import class. Okay, so we got our module, and for this we are going to say inject interface with provide. So we have interface and inject interface with provides, which we can class like retrofit and use this annotation. So we say provide function provide provide, and we say this provide, which is a singleton, and this function will be provide. First one, we are going to event injection of retrofit, provide retrofit, and this will be return class of retrofit, and we import class retrofit with a retrofit to the retrofit. And over here, we just return the retrofit. Retrofit has a builder, retrofit builder. And this is a function, and base URL. Base URL we use our constants dot base URL, and so this is that base URL, and we need add a converter, converter factory. The converter factory, which we are going to use JSON. This is Google JSON converter factory. Converter factory dot create. And in order to use this JSON converter factory, we need to import some package build. So this is the first we inject a singleton of retrofit over here. For JSON converter factory, we need JSON converter module, module of retrofit only say implementation which on dot square up retrofit 2 converter dash JSON, which will be version of 2.11.0, and also we need Google dot JSON and JSON which has 2.10.1, and we need sync. So after we sync get the dependency, and we can import this JSON converter. Okay. So this JSON converter factory which is imported. And now we need to provide our API service. So provide a singleton, which this time will be provide API service, and API service. This you see we use the constructor inject of retrofit, which is a type of retrofit, and we return API service, and this API service which we return retrofit, which we use dot create which is that the object of retrofit, and which create use out in and this which will be API will provide the API service, which is class.java. Okay, so JSON converter JSON converter factory. Uh, JSON converter factory which need we have import this converter. Okay, so we can just manually add this retrofit to converter. Oh, okay, so this should be 2.9. This version should be 2.9. And we sync it. Okay, now it's good. So now we can create that singleton injection of provide the singleton of API service. Perfect. So this is that app module, and we set the main Android intro point. We set the Hilt Android app, and we set this begun application. An application must extend Android application. So demand Android application. And let's say refresh build. And now it's good. So rebuild. It's good now. We can now have our view model for that. For this view model, for the product list, so we could create a view model for product list. So let's create a product view model. Go to view model and new link class, which will be class, and the name will be products view model. Okay, products view model, and we have this products view model, and because this retrofit dependency injection for view model, we also want to use dependency injection. View model. For view model, we want dependency injections, and so this view model can be injected by inject to constructor. Okay, but first we created this products view model, and we annotate this with build view model. view model and import class view model and so by products view model over here we can say annotation of inject we are not constructor and the parameter we say private for HTTP, which is API service. We inject this singleton of API service called HTTP. And other than that, we say the constructor and we say this is inherited by view model. This by view model. And this view model, which the class will be this view model here, which will provide the bindings to the views, and the bindings to the views which has we will fetch that the models which is that this data from that web API. And so let's go to folder this. We will say create a function of fetch products. This fetch products will be that our new model scope, new model scope at launch. And we say try, because this is using network, so we put it into a try catch log. Try catch E goes to exception into try catch block. And over here, right over here, we will get some. We say the US state. So we say define. We will say provide. The US state will has initial succeed, loading, and error. So we will provide wall of let's see, UI state equal to mutable state flow. Mutable state flow and provide a type and the initial value. And so this will need define field class. A field class which we called US state. This US state will contain object of initial, which is UI state, object loading of UI state object success of UI and the data class error. So this internet operation can't have error, so which means var message of string and which will be UI state. And this mutable data flow, which is type of US state. And the initial value, which will be UI state dot initial. And this our private. We need to have a public exposed to the outside of the view model, which we call UI state. And this is a state flow of UI state, and which equal to the private variable dot as state flow is over here. UI state and there's needed space. Okay, and this is let's say this view model which call to the web API. So this will have US state of initial. This is that state of initial loading, and it takes times, right? Because you call to web API, which will take times. It's a long operation, and it can be the call to API can be success or error. So that's what we are going to send back to the screen, the UI state. And also, we say the data for the products. We'll say this will be product, and this also is mutable state flow, which is a type of product response. Product response is from return from that web API, and this is the list type of product response. And we set the initial value of empty list. Alright. And for products, which is a state flow of list of product response. Perfect. List of products. So this state will the state flow be the state flow of these products as state flow. So because our view, which is reactive, so because this state can be flow like it's changing, and we say this is as of state flow. Over here, we just return that. Let's say we set that US state first. We set the US state dot value. We set it to UI state dot loading, and your response, which equal to HTTP client dot fetch products, because we have the interface specify the URL, and the retrofit generated that the class of API service and implements those fetch products function over here, and we can just call it over here, and which will return the response. And let's say print. We have some debug function over here. We say debug of the products API response, which will be $, the interpolation of that response, and this will be in a bracket, the interpolation of this response. And we can and after that debug, we can say US state dot value equal to UI state of success. Perfect. And then we can say product, our products dot value, which equal to response. So this response will be this product will be accessible by our view. We'll create this view, right? And for the catch exception, we will say US state dot value equal to UI state dot error. US state dot error, and which that exception dot message, and if it's now, we say an unknown error occurred. Okay, so now you can see we now have the view model over here. View model will pass the data to our view, bind to the view. Now we can create our view. Go to screen and create a new Kotlin file. We call this products And oh wait, so this will be a annotation of composable, composable function product screen. And in this product screen, we will inject first we say we need a nav controller. Nav controller. What type is nav host controller? And we have that view model, which is a type of products view model, which is equal to Hilt view model. So we'll inject this Hilt view products model over here, and in the constructor we inject this view model. Okay, so for this Hilt view model, we need another package. So let's go to Gradle, and we say we need this package. Implements Hilt navigation compose, and we sync it. Okay, now we can impose. Okay, now can impose this. Okay, so now we inject this view model, and go to that this view, which we will say, thus we have the US state, or US state. We say by. So for the reactive reactive composable, or we say this US state variable, which is by view model dot US state dot collect as state, collect as state, and for the and we can say one products, which will buy, and this will be view model. This is binding to the view model products, and which we say collect as state. All right, and now let's go back to the view model. So we say we have this function, but we haven't called it. We can say init. So init function, and init we fetch products. How to fetch products from the init. So print. Let's run application. So let's say the constants. We want to see that debug information. Let's go to network constants. Okay, let's run application. Go to logcat. We click the log and see if we return the data from the web API, and the return data, the view model will return the data from web API and which pass to that view of product screen. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a second. We haven't set up the navigation. Nav graph. We say copy this and create a root first. Root will be products. So this will say products and products. And for nav graph, we say composable root.products roots, which will return product screen of nav controller. And go to our greeting. We add a button. Another button. We call this root.products. And the text will be products. Okay. And then now we can run application. And we click, we clear the logcat. Okay. So install successfully. Good. And click on products. Okay. Got some error and fatal exception. Okay, HTTP. So it goes to the HTTP client. Oh, it says permission denied, missing internet permission. Okay. So basically it calls to the HTTP client, but we need side permit internet permission. Go to application enjoy manifest, and we go to okay. So we get it on the before the application, and okay, on this. Okay, so now let's write. Clear the log. Click on products. Okay, we didn't see that. We do just redirect to the products page, didn't got error, but we didn't see the log. Let's go back to that products view model. This products view model is a print line and refresh. Click on products. Oh, we got the debug information. It's a debug product API response. And return the products response list, and it has ID, name, and so on. So that's great. So we have our that model view model MVVM works. We have our HTTP client works, and we have that the dependency injection works. So now let's create this products page. So we have the products now, and in that we are putting. Let's go to column. Yeah, column which has the modifier that modifier which equal to modifier and the modifier has fail max size, and it has ID of 16.dp. And vertical arrangement equal to arrangement dot base by 16.tp. Vertical arrangement. So vertical arrangement, which we will say compose import compose dot material 3 dot star. That's good. And the horizontal, let's see, also horizontal arrangement equal to the alignment. Vertical space by this. Horizontal alignment equal to alignment, center horizontally. All right. So for this, we will have a title text which has a product. We say is text. This is a text variable of products, and style equal to material theme, material theme, material theme dot typography dot headline medium, headline plus text align j equals to text align of center. Okay, now we have our headline of products, and now we can use this UI states. We say we switch on the UI states on the flow of UI states, and for this for state equal to UI state. This is reactive, so depends on the flow of your UI states. We say is UI state import from view model is UI state dot initial, and let's we say print line initial, and is loading UI state dot loading UI state dot loading. It's this. It's loading, and we say circular progress indicator. Circular progress indicator, which is modifier equal to modifier dot modifier has a size of 50.dp, and if it's loading, we show a circular progress that showing loading, and if it's US state success, so if state dot success, so to successfully return the products from web API, in that case we say lazy column, and lazy column which we say items list items, we will say products products is nullable, or otherwise we will say empty list. And in that case, we say product goes to a text of text equal to product dot name. So we will build a product card. So right now we just say put it a text of product name over here, and in case the flow, US states flow of error. If it's error, it goes to text. Is text of error of the text interpolation. So we got $sign, curly bracket, state dot message, and we say color of red, color dot red, and we need import color. And style equal to material theme dot typography dot body medium body text align equal to text align center. Okay, perfect. So now we run our application. We should see a lazy column of our product's name. Hello, there. So loading in state. Oh, now we have a list of our product's name. That's correct. But we will make a product card. Great.